Okay, enough with the memes. Let's start the video.
And now the curtain rises.
Sona is an enchanter mage. She provides a lot of utility to your team. Mechanically, she is one of the easiest champion to play. But she is really squishy and has no escape ability. So, once you are caught, consider yourself dead. But I'm here to help you with that. Wanna beat Lucian in 1v1 like this? Then watch the video till the end. Let's start with Sona's power spikes. Sona is a late game team fighting champion. She heavily relies on items. So, every item you buy is a huge power spike for you. Especially Seraph's Embrace. Her another major power spike is her ult. It gives her cooldown reduction on her basic abilities. Now let's get into the build part. You should always start with Tear. After that buy Ardent Censer. But you can do something interesting here. You can buy Staff of Flowing Water as your first full item instead of Ardent Censer when you are with a caster ADC who has good AP ratio, and buy Ardent Censer as your third item. For example, Ezreal. Then upgrade your Tear into Seraph's Embrace. As for your boots, always buy Ionian Boots and buy Locket as your enchantment. Your third and fourth items should be Staff of Flowing Water and Harmonic Echo. As for your last item, you can either go Protector's Vow or Unholy Grail. As for your runes, Airy to poke, Gathering Storm for late game scaling, Loyalty for extra AR and MR, and finally Mana Flow Band for better mana management. Spells Flash and Heal. Now let's talk about Sona's abilities. They are quite simple. Sona's Q targets 2 nearest enemies, dealing magic damage, and it also buffs nearby allies' next attack. It's good for poking in lane. Her W heals herself and her allies. It also gives her allies a shield. Her E is a speed buff for herself and her allies. Her ult is a stun and it has a passive which reduces cooldown of her Q, W, and E. Her passive is directly influenced by her basic abilities. Every third basic ability empowers her next auto. Empowered auto will do different things depending on the last ability she used. Passive stacked by Q, W, and E will deal bonus damage, reduce enemy damage, or slow the enemy respectively. It's a very useful passive. Using it correctly can change the outcome of a fight. Now let's talk about how you should play Sona in a match. Sona's early game is weak. But she isn't completely useless. You can do certain things to win the lane or survive it depending on circumstances. Your poke combo in lane is Q plus auto attack. When you have 2 stacks of your passive to this combo, you can use your passive stacked by W to stop enemies from bursting down your ADC. Always try to use your Q at max range. Don't mindlessly use your W to heal. If your ADC is about to take damage, use it just before he takes damage. It will give him shield. As for your E, please try to avoid using it as much as possible in the early game. Remember, mana management with Sona is important. And here is a pro tip: spam your basic abilities when you are in the fountain to stack your Tear. In mid-game there will always be random fights happening here and there. Roam and try to help your teammates to win those fights. It will help your teammates get ahead. But remember to position yourself correctly and beware of who can dive you. If an enemy is about to dive your backline, just use your green passive auto. Late game is where you shine the most. Post level 13 Sona is a great team fighter who can make her allies unkillable. That's Tryndamere's ult for the whole team. But your positioning in team fights is what you need to be careful about. She is very squishy. If you are caught, then you are dead. Please remember that. You can deal a decent amount of damage in team fights by utilizing your passive. And finally, your ult can come in handy in certain situations. You can use it to CC chain an enemy, catch out an enemy, or even stop assassins from diving your carries. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.